Welcome back. This is Moondog, and today we're at Area 15, an alternative art and entertainment complex outside of the Las Vegas Strip, to explore Omegamart, a surreal experiential adventure. Now, Omegamart is just one of the many attractions at Area 15, albeit the main one right now, but there are other alternative and augmented reality experiences there, along with bars, clubs, and restaurants. Now, this long line is for Omegamart, but if you buy your tickets ahead of time like we did, you'll be given a specific check-in time, so your wait in line will be minimized. So as we go through the check-in process, just know the rest of this video is essentially a spoiler because you're meant to explore and discover these things for yourself. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about Omegamart or haven't heard anything about it, well, on the surface, things look like your typical overly bright and saturated store, like a Walmart. But if you take a closer look, there are some oddities. We'll come back to this gap in the fake fruit in a minute, but looking around, the first display we see here is a reversible donut. A what? Well, apparently, a reversible donut is a plush that switches between a cream-filled donut and a sweet creature called a Shelby. Yes, this is one of the least strange items you can buy here. You'll find various pieces designed to look like store displays with some alternative uses and meanings behind them. There's influences of surrealism, pop art, and lowbrow. For example, here is an art installation called Slurp Zone, and it is a faux Slurpee station with a Yeti-like creature as its mascot. While you can't actually get a Slurpee, you can purchase the cup and the plush doll. In fact, while many of the pieces here are art installations, you can also purchase parts of them. For example, in this end cap here are what appear to be instant ramen packets, but they're actually post-it notes. They're ramen notes, and there's a lot of this sort of pop art, subversive packaging about the store. And also here is a little kiosk for the Bloop cards. And now you can explore Omegamart as part of an AR game by purchasing a Bloop card. Ask one of the store employees about that. And you play the role of a new employee, and you check in at various Bloop card stations. As you read the Bloop card displays and go through the new employee training, you reveal deeper, darker secrets behind Omegamart, or you could just explore, like we did. Now, some of the packaging is glued together, so they're an art piece, like these cereal boxes, but this jacket you can buy, and it has an error message on it. Now, take this pop-up tent, which is supposed to be part of a store display of camping goods. Well, there are various locations in the store that, if you explore them, lead you into unexpected places. And this tunnel at the back of the tent is one of those spots, but it's also very cramped, and there's some folks apparently trying to get out. So let's go around and go into an alternate entrance to what's behind the tent. And if you're enjoying this video thus far, be sure and hit that like and subscribe buttons. It's absolutely free, and it really does encourage me to make more videos like this. Now, if you don't want to crawl through that tunnel, you can also walk into this garden hedge display and this cavern of light gives you just a hint of what's in store behind the store. And as cool as this looks, and it looks even more amazing in person, I don't want to jump ahead too quick because there's still a lot of the Omegamart store we haven't seen. So let's head back into the storefront, or facade, if you will, and see a little bit more of the strange on the surface. Now check out the display monitor, which usually shows a commercial. You'll see glitchiness for a moment there with a subliminal, well, really an explicit message from somebody or something. And here's that fruit display again, which we find out is actually a little playhouse and perfect for kids. There are nooks and crannies that are perfect for kids to get into, and I would have done so at their age, but I would have gotten into trouble. Here, you're encouraged to do that. Some of the products are just weird and cool, like this avocado purse. And it's actually a pretty decent coin purse, and of course, a great conversation starter. And this banana, which I thought might be a harmonica, turns out it's a hip flask.
It's a flask.
Omegamart is an interactive art experience that satires American consumerism. You'll find humorous and twisted packaging, cans of tattooed chicken, square peas, and squash duet. Packaging in brands that seem familiar but are just a little bit off and disturbing, like shopping at Dollar General. Past all the weird packaging, I found something that was even more unexpected. A bar. A full-service bar inside of the Omegamart store. And past the drugstore section of this store, which would usually have a blood pressure meter, you'll also find a display of t-shirts, which hides the entrance to something. But let's come back to that a little later. But looking past that, definitely take a look at that butcher shop. Check out the display of tattooed chicken and strange animal flesh. And if you didn't catch these shelves earlier, check out the orange juice and milk as we pass by. Alright, I think you've got a good sense of what the store is all about. Believe me, there's more to discover. But let's head over to the cold drinks section and open the door. This is a back room that is unlike any manager's or overseer's office, something unusual. And now we're getting into the real experience, or at least the experience behind the Omegamart store facade that you got a little taste of in the Cavern of Light. Now, as you saw, there was so much to see and to touch and to play around with inside of the Omegamart store that it was an almost overwhelming experience, but that pales in comparison to just the scale of things to do behind the store, which is why I had to split this video in two. Now, if you actually prefer a combined video, a supercut that's like 20 minutes long, leave me a comment, let me know, and I'll work on that. But I'm working on the second half of this video right now, so be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell buttons right now. Again, it's absolutely free to subscribe, but you'll be notified as soon as I post the second part of this walkthrough video, and believe me, it's worth it. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.